Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we have two games for you. First of all, we play a team in League One, and then it's an EFL trophy match day 2. Hello and welcome to episode 86 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you, as mentioned, we have two games. First up, League One match day 9, Sheffield Wednesday at home. And then we are away to Peterborough in the EFL Trophy match day 2. Should have been Peterborough in the league, but that match got postponed because of international games, which means that we are facing up to playing them in the EFL Trophy instead. So that is what's coming up. We'll have a recap. Nothing's been played since you were last with us because we're doing back-to-backs. I'll be honest with you. I'll be up front. I'm going on holiday and I need to record so that I've got everything edited and ready to go while we're away. So that's why we've got back-to-backs. Really, I hope you don't mind too much and that you are enjoying the series. If you are, then I tell you what, you can help me very, very greatly by smashing that like button for a start, big thumbs up, and then subscribe and hit the notification button. That helps me, keeps you up to date with all future episodes of this particular series and our other series as well. And it's all fine and dandy. You can follow everything that's going on the channel, all our tutorial videos, the videos of the Let's Plays, and also the shirt videos, simply by following me on X at JustOffsideFM. Right, let's get into it then. We're going to move motor on, because we've got a lot to get through. Two games, as I said, last time out, of course, we beat Reading by a goal to 0. Wakachoo, the scorer in that one. 3-0 winners over Lincoln City, who left it late. Lopenda and Jefferson getting goals late in the game after Wakachoo had given us the lead after 22 minutes. That was another good win in that one. Which takes us to today's games. Sheffield Wednesday in the league. Never played them before in this series. And then we've got Peterborough. We've played them once before. We played them last season in the EFL Trophy, believe it or not. On that occasion, we beat them 4-1. Can we go and do something similar today? We'll have to wait and find out. But we will find out in due course. Right, with all that said, let's have a quick recap on the table. Oxford are top on 22. We are in second place. 5 straight wins now showing up on here, which is good in the league. 21 points. They've just dropped 2 points in the last 5. So, as I say, we're second in 21. There's a 4-point gap down then to Notts County and Walsall, who are third and fourth respectively. And then a further 3-point gap, so a 6-point gap for us, down to Charlton and Birmingham, who are 5th and 6th. Reading and Salford just outside the playoff places. They are also on 14 points, and then come a raft of teams on 13. And at the other end of the table, there are 4 teams on 6 points. So any one of these 4 could be in there. Lincoln, Rotherham, Burton and Charlton. 2 points adrift of those is Chesterfield on 4 points, 3 points adrift. Shrewsbury on the bottom. They've lost 3, drawn 2 in their last 5. So they're not on a good run of form at all, are they? Ipswich, Wickham and Leyton Orient, the teams in 16th, 17th and 18th respectively, all on 7 points. Right, medical centre, still Luke Campbell out. Is 2 to 5 weeks away. We're not going to see him anytime soon. Jordan Byron's just back with a bruised knee. I think we saw that in the last episode. And Harley O'Grady-Macken, who's been on trial with us, he is back from a twisted knee, which is good news. Right, into it then. Peterborough, our second game, but before that, we face Sheffield Wednesday, currently 11th in the table. They are without Brooke Norton-Cuffy, who's out with a hamstring strain. We're just out without Luke Campbell for this one. And we'll quickly have a look at the table again, just to see what their recent form is, because it's always good to know, you know. I'm sure there's a screen down there somewhere. Somebody tell me where that screen is. Who are we looking for? Sheffield Wednesday, of course we are. Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah. They are on 1-1 in the last 5, lost 1 and drawn 3. So they're draw specialists. Let's hope we don't come up against them for a draw today. We are at the Bob Lucus, so I'm hopeful we might get a result. Well, for the 3rd or 4th game in a row, we have a very settled side. Just one change to the side that beat Lincoln City in the last match. Linton is back in for Candlish. Virginia is in goal. Armitage, Olsen and G, the back line. Linton and Johnson are playing wide as the complete wing backs. Byron and Lorpender in between them. Patterson on the left. Darcy on the right. Wakachu up front. Hollingshead, Ransom, Holman, Whittingham, Agimang, Nzingo and Jefferson all on the bench. And even the bench is pretty much a solid fixture, albeit we could probably do with changing it around and giving some of the other players a little bit of run out. I mean, we haven't seen Amika Peters for a while, but then when he did get his chance recently, didn't make the most of it, did he? So that is the side that will face Sheffield Wednesday in this match day 9 in League One. Here we are back at the Bob Lucas, and our not only familiar formation, but beginning to be a very familiar team set up. And Maloney is their manager, playing a 4-2-3-1 today with 2 defensive midfielders. They are 11th on 13 points. We are 2nd on 21. And a highlight from kickoff. Wakachu to Linton. Armitage to Byron. Linton forward to Patterson. Patterson comes forward. He's got attendance there. Linton crosses this one, looking for a player. Didn't find him, and they're coming away on a counter-attack. We have to thwart them if we can. Haven't done so yet. Got back into more defensive positions now. Out wide, Linton in attendance. Come in! And Highland puts it away. And his 5th goal of the season. And inside a minute, they have the lead. And Yao Virginia is beaten for the first time, I think, since we've had him in the team. Ball in. Highland brings it down nicely. Darcy with a free kick to Olsen. Back to Darcy. As we look to try and get back in this game. Byron, Olsen. Byron, they're obviously deadly on the counter-attack. We have to be careful. Linton being forced back. And it's all gone all the way back to Virginia. Wide to Linton again. Armitage. Olsen. Steady build-up. Let's hope it comes to something. Lorpender out wide to Johnson. Johnson now just needs to cross this ball in. Johnson into the box, and it's fallen nicely. It looked like one of their players playing it against the goalkeeper or somebody, and it fell nicely for Patterson. And Patterson putting it away. We're level on 18 minutes. We'll see it from the other angle. Johnson comes in. It's gone inside. It was one of their defenders, Jules, and the goalkeeper had to save it, otherwise it's going to be an own goal, but he parried it only to Patterson, who puts it away. No more highlights in that first half. 7 shots, 5 on target, 1.26. How we're not more than 1 goal in front. 74%, 3/4 of the possession. They've had just that 1 shot, 1 on target, which was their goal. 0.25, 26% of the possession. Yeah, I think just the annoying part about it is that we're not in the lead. Dawson with a goal kick or free kick. Diaby to Burke. Back to Dawson. in the Sheffield Wednesday goal. Jules chips this one forward, looking for Hamilton. He's found him, and he's come inside the area. He's cut it back. Oh, and it's deflected out for a corner. And I think that came off of Armitage, possibly. Donald swings it in. It's sort of headed clear, but not properly. Oh, this one a deep one. It's, again, not headed away. Highland pulls it back to Jules. This might have gone to nothing. Jules originally to Hamilton. And pulled it back, and it swung out, and Armitage in the way. And with 63 minutes on the clock, making 3 changes. We've taken off Wakachoo. He's not doing anything major out there. And it's Daniel Jefferson coming on to replace him. We've also taken off Darcy, Ronan Darcy, who seems to have gone out a little bit of a form. He had sort of reasonable form and then seems to have dropped off in the last few games. Johnson moves forward on that right side. He's going to have a go as the winger. And then Holman coming in as the complete wing-back. And our final change in midfield. Jordan Byron comes off and Tyrell Yangamang comes on. And with 18 minutes on the clock, we're making one more change. We've taken off Tom Lopenda and replaced him with Glory Nzingo, who comes in his more familiar role in that sort of attacking central role behind Jefferson, and going to see if we can get a winning goal. 87 on the clock. Lyles Foster, Highland. I'm hoping this isn't going to go the way I think it's going to go. Ooh, get rid of it. It has got rid of. Thought that was going in for a minute, and I thought we were going to get undone just as we changed the tactic. And another throw in, exactly the same place. Then Zingo tidies up this time now, and we are on a counter-attack. Patterson comes forward. Patterson waiting for a little bit of support. He's been tackled, but Johnson is there. Follow-up. Johnson, he's had a shot, and the goalkeeper had to put it away. The highlight before that, I think Virginia saved it, pushed it onto the post, and it come back, and we had to get rid of quick. We have a corner. 89 minutes virtually on the clock. Johnson with this corner. Can he get it on Armitage's head? Is that Armitage at the front there? No, Armitage is at the back post. It's coming to the back. And the goalkeeper, Dawson, comes out and collects. It's going to continue. Dawson launches a long one. Armitage underneath it. Brings it down very skillfully. And we play it out of defence. Olsen and Zingo. Oh, he's been tackled. Oh, dear. He's brought a player down from behind. And he's got away with it. He's just been told, calm down. And the draw specialists, Sheffield Wednesday, have drawn against us again. Travis Patterson picking up a player of the match at 7.4. Tells a story, I guess. We didn't do fantastic otherwise. Virginia, I thought he was better rating than that, especially he made that save that we saw there. But I guess he's been passed for the first time in this game. We had 9 shots, 7 on target. I think it was 7 and 5 at half time. So not so prolific in the second half. 1.47 and 63% of the possession. They've had 7 shots, 3 on target, 1.09 and 37% of the possession. Cameron Dawson keeping us out. He's got a 7.1 rating. Not our best day at home, but we've managed to survive and not lose. But 2 points dropped. Well, bizarre things do happen. And today is a bizarre thing because we've dropped 2 points against Sheffield Wednesday. I'll come back to that in a moment. But as it stands, with Oxford United not playing, I don't know when they play. Do they play tomorrow? I can't see the game on there. Interesting. So at the minute, we've played a game more than them. So they do have a game in hand, but we have gone top by virtue of that. And we'll see. I thought they'd lost, but they haven't. So we've only gone up there because we've played a game more than them. So we're first on 22. Notts County are third on 20. Walsall fourth on 18. Salford fifth on 17, moving back up into the playoff places. Stockport County coming up there as well in sixth. And then come Charlton, the loads of team on 14 points. Charlton, Birmingham, Sheffield Wednesday, Reading, all on 14 points. Exeter and Peterborough on 13. And then at the other end of the table, there are three teams on 6. Lincoln, Rotherham and Burton. Shrewsbury have moved off the bottom on goal difference. Chesterfield drop onto the bottom in goal difference situation. Wickham, not adrift of that, not really adrift. Not clear of that, should I say. And as I said, still Derby County down are in the mix there. Salford beating Wickham 4-1. Notts County 3-0 against Reading. Carlisle beating Exeter 1-0. Stockport County 2, Burton 1, Walsall 1, Mansfield 1. So there we go. We'll come back and have just a recap on the results. Oh, in fact, that is September the 30th. I thought that was a Sunday game, but they're playing a week later. We're not playing in a week's time. I think it's something to do with the internationals that are going on. But we will come back and bring you up to date with the results ahead of the next game, which is Peterborough in the EFL Trophy Southern Section, Group E, second match. And we've got through to match day against Peterborough in this EFL Trophy match day 2, but wanted a recap on League 1 for you. The games played on the 30th of September. Walsall beating Chesterfield 3-1. Salford beating Mansfield 1-0. Rotherham and Wigan a 2-2 draw. Sheffield Wednesday beating Carlisle by a goal to 0. Stockport and Lincoln 1-1. Wickham and Leyton Orient 1-1, which means as it stands, some of the teams have played 10 games. Some have played 8. So we're in a bit of a mix at the moment. We're still top. Oxford still that game in hand below us in second place. Walsall then have come up close, but they played 2 games more than Oxford, 1 game more than us. They are third on 21. Notts County and Salford fourth and fifth on 20 points, separated by goal difference. Then comes Sheffield Wednesday and Stockport County, both on 17, with a 3-point gap. Then down to Charlton, Birmingham and Reading on 14 points. Chesterfield still on the bottom. Shrewsbury in 23rd. Burton in 22nd. Rotherham in 21st. And Lincoln in 20th place as it stands. As said, that round of games coming up on the 7th of October. But we'll come to that in due course. But first, we'll go and find out the team that will face Peterborough. Well, with the calibre of the game, we've decided to have a little bit of a change. So not the regular formation. The regular formation, but slightly different team for you today. Virginia is in goal. Olsen, Ransom and G make up the defensive line. Linton and Holman playing as the complete wing-backs. Angemang and Byron are in between them. Whittingham and Nzingo playing as the wide attackers. They are sat behind Jefferson, who leads the attack today, so he's getting a start. Hollingshead, Armitage, Johnson, Patterson, Lopenda, Darcy and Wakachu make up the bench. So here we are at the Western's Homes Stadium. Peterborough playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder today. And we are playing our usual formation. A little bit of a change round within the team. Peterborough are top on 3. We are second on 2 points. Playing in our away kit tonight. And first highlight comes 10 minutes in. And it's Peterborough on the ball. Everybody expecting us to get a defeat here, but we want to try and break the odds if we can. They're moving it around very nicely, thwarting them at the moment, but a question of offside, and he is offside. Arms went up. Charlie Gibbs' goal won't stand. Wood with a throw-in. 13 minutes on the clock. Puku. Thomas. Olsen picks that up, and we are about to counter, I think. Oh, no, we're not. Jebson losing that ball. And that's exactly where we don't want to lose it. Needed to get rid of that ball fairly quickly. And Whittingham steps in. Byron is tackled and loses the ball. And they've scored this time. Jack Vale. And it was a series of, I say, sort of mishaps, really. But giving the ball away is not what we need to do. Whittingham won it. And then Byron didn't complete the move. And it was through to Vale, who beat Virginia. Thompson with a throw-in on that far side. 25 minutes on the clock. And this ball in. And they're looking dangerous, aren't they? For sure. Well, we've got to meet them in the league yet. But a good save by Virginia. Definitely dangerous. Gibb and Thompson working well together there. Back to Gibb. And it was Puku. And it continues with Peterborough with the Puku again. But it's cut out by Linton. But again, we lose the ball. And that's the problem. Over the top. Gibb is in. Gibb's put it away. And their second goal. Third goal of the season for Gibb. And Peterborough take a 2-goal lead on 29 minutes. Got to work out how we can get out of this. Not the way we wanted it to go. And Virginia beaten twice in this game. They come forward again. They're all over us. We're not getting any grips on this at all. And Thomas comes forward. He's inside of Puku. Puku puts it away. 3-0. Question whether he was offside, I think, but I don't think he was. No, being played on here in the middle by G. 33 minutes on the clock. We have a free kick. It's headed sort of clear. Jebison is out there. What's Jebison going to do with this? Linton through. Oh, it's sort of bobbling around there. That was a bit bizarre. Well, poor relations at this party, that is for sure. They've had 8 shots, 5 on target. They've been so dominant in that first half. 1.69, 55% of the possession. We've had 1 shot, nothing on target, 45% of the possession. I think might make some changes at half-time. Well, completely unusual for us, but at half-time we are making 4 changes. 4 players who have not showed up today at all. Ransom, Holman, Nzingo and Jebison all not showing up. We've replaced them with Wakachu. Ronan Darcy has come on for Nzingo. Johnson on for Holman. And Armitage on for Ransom. Blackmore with a goal kick. 47 on the clock. This will be a good game to get a draw out of. Wakachu out to Johnson. Johnson to Anyamang. Finds Darcy. Darcy's in the area. Darcy doesn't know quite what to do with it. Pulls it back for Anyamang. We've got one back. Jordan Barron. He's first of the season on 48 minutes. And that's just the way we want to start the second half. Maybe I was a bit whatever in not playing the first team players. We should have just carried on. But they're on the pitch. Anyamang through to Byron. And Byron puts it away. They have a corner. Puku swung in. It's sort of headed clear. It's run along the top and it's gone out. 78 on the clock. And Olsen with a free kick. Disappointingly, we didn't add to that goal. If we got another one back, it would have made it very interesting. And we've given that ball away. But Olsen cuts it out. G. Anyamang. And it's a poor ball from Anyamang. He's not had a good day really there in midfield, has he? made a couple of mistakes, and they're at us again. Ball through to Puku. Puku crossed it in, but it's blocked. It's gone out for a corner. Swung in and it's headed clear again. Yet another corner. Pressure is on. And this time it's headed over the top by Gardner. See the initial ball in, inside of Puku. Puku running at his man, crosses it in, but it's blocked. And making our final change, Lorpender is on for Angamang. And it's all over. We've lost by 3-1. At least we got a consolation, I suppose. Jordan Barron on 48. 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.70. 53% of the possession. They had 14 shots, 5 on target, and 2.51 and 47% of the possession. At least we had some of these creamy colours in the second half, which means that we did actually have a little bit smatterings of the game. Maybe tactically it was wrong from the start, I don't know, but there we go. We've lost this one, and we come back with pretty bad news actually. Wakachu picked up an injury in that game, and he's going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks, which is not good news. We're going to have to use some of our second string, so Jefferson will get a run of games, and possibly Luca Fletcher. So we need to get Luca Fletcher up to speed and get him match fit very quickly. So that very, very disappointing in that game. We will have a quick look in just a second at how the table looks. And Peterborough have qualified 6 points from their first 2 games. Southampton under 21s drawing with Barnet, but beating them on penalties 2-2, which means that they move up into second with 3 points. We've got Barnet to play, and we need to beat Barnet to stand a chance of being it's still in the mix. Otherwise, we're going to get knocked out in the group stages this time out. So there we go. We're in third on 2 points, and Barnet fourth on 1 point. Right, we're going to play Rotherham offline. Rotherham currently 21st in the table. We're going to come back for a game against Exeter City at home. 2 home games, in fact. Exeter City are currently 11th, and Wycombe Wanderers, who are 18th in the table. We'll be back for those, and hopefully Wakachu won't be out for too long. Well, if you enjoyed today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far, and don't forget that by hitting the notification button, it keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Bottom to the Top and our other series Going Dutch as they are released. New episodes Bottom to the Top released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. and the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 87. It's out on Friday. Join me then. Till then, have yourselves a great week. Bye-bye.